Dion, why don't you just write this stuff out? Because I'd rather run my mouth. That's why. Excuse me. This is a Trudging Together update. It's not a daily reflection. Although there's a good chance we will learn something. I usually don't do something unless I'm learning or educating or doing something, right? So everything I do needs to be intentional. It has to be done with love, tolerance, patience. Um, if you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Don't imagine too many people are actually going to watch just some of my regular people, the diehards, right? Um, or they already know what's going on with Trudging Together. So I thought I would just come on here and talk a little bit about what we're doing. All right. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was swag. Let me grab a shirt. Let me grab shirts. So we do have shirts that are going to be for sale. Oh, there it is. And these shirts are made really, really nice. In fact, if it's too warm, I can't wear it. But we have purple ones, and then we're going to have black ones too. And it's got Trudging Together on it. I'd be selling them for $25, but Peterson's rubber and specialty stamp is um, actually paying for them in advance for us. So, yeah, absolutely, Chris. We got plenty of things coming up. In fact, we're going to be on Monday. I'm going down to Sanderson House. It's run by MHCD, and it's a homeless place, and it's off Colfax, Chris. So, which would be kind of close to you. So there might be an opportunity there, so where you wouldn't have to go very far either. Also, I checked it out. Get a hold of Arid Club. See if there's somebody down there that can come give you a ride. Hey, Troy, welcome on Instagram. Good to have you. So that's the number one. The first thing that we're doing is shirts. So we're gonna be selling shirts now. I'm gonna sell them for $25. I'm not making much out of it. Just enough to maybe get another. What I'd like to do is make it to where it's just feeding itself, where I just always have swag that I can sell. Um, so that's one of the first things that we're doing. Um, the other thing that's happening is we are getting bigger on our podcasting. So we're going to be making some moves in our podcasting, make us a little bit bigger. Number one is we're bringing on OA speakers. Um, and I was trying to figure out, how am I going to do that? And because I do need to divide them up, or somebody's going to want to go listen to an AA speaker, go to the website, and they're going to be listening to an OA speaker. That might get kind of frustrating for them. Um, so I'm gonna do what I can to separate it. Well, that costs money, and money I just don't have. So you guys are gonna see me putting donation stuff up. That's how I run, is off donations. I usually don't need too much, but we're getting bigger and bigger. Um, so that'll be part of it. I'm not the best at donations. I'm not, I have a hard time asking people for money, but now I'm seeing more worth in what my people do, not necessarily what I do. And I'd like to, you know, like our producer who's mastered over 70 episodes for us. I'd like to pay him something at some point, make it worth his while. I appreciate his servant's heart, but he's got bills to pay, and time is worth money for him, right? So, um, so we got that. We got OA. I'm not going to be doing anything as far as the daily reflection goes. It's going to stay the same. Um, but we are bringing on OA speakers. We're going to bring on CA speaker, Al-Anon speakers, ACA. So I'm going to have like a plethora of different hosts that come on and do that stuff, and we'll try and keep them separated. All right, let's move on to the bigger news. I was just got off the phone with Brant. Yeah, Brant. And what he is he is the liaison for the homeless camp that's happening in Aurora. Now, keep in mind, I already have Aurora Mental Health on board with it. The city council, who I think we're going to argue with a little bit, because I don't like the location. What they're trying to do is take an old youth location, which I think should go back to a youth thing because it's out in Watkins. And um, here's the thing: they have money. They have money burning a hole in their pocket. They're just ready to spend it. And I'm stepping in saying no, 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 no. We got to do this the right way. Instead of going and building this nice building with flashy light, it doesn't need to be a 5-star fucking hotel. Okay, it just needs to be livable. Then we can take the rest of that money. See, there's money out there, but you got to start proving where it needs to be put. So I'm stealing somebody else's idea. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking to them and saying, hey, what I'd like you to do is give me some of that money so that I can help pay for people to go through sober living and get back on their feet. All right. It's not an original idea, but it works very, very well as long as you don't commit Medicaid fraud. That's the problem. Or body brokering. Mm-mm. I see any of that shit in Aurora. I'm gonna go to Sergeant Poole and we're gonna take care of you real quick. There is no more bullying allowed in Aurora. Well, I'm not gonna tolerate it. So, and that is a big thing. What they're seeing is this, that they're gonna need. I told them you're gonna need at least 10 recovery coaches, at least 10. To do what it is that we want to do, because we aren't just going to say, oh, okay, here's a whole pile of people, put them over here. That's not how it's going to work. It's going to be next, hey, sit down and talk with me, what's going on with your life. And it's going to be individualized, because it can be well, Dion, yeah, I do want some help. All right, great. Well, what kind of help have you gotten in the past? Well, I've been to treatment 3 times, and then I'm thinking treatment may not be the way. I tried that AA route last time and didn't quite work out for me. Well, we have other routes if you'd like to check them out. I'd be happy to show them to you. AA is not the only way. I love AA, and I'm an AAer, but it ain't the only way. That'd just be silly. See, God doesn't make too hard of terms to seek them, right? That means it's not required. AA is not required, right? So, number one, it would be the recovery coaches with the correct training coming in, being able to talk to these people, and then utilize all the resources I have now, because I have a shit ton of them, to get them the help that they need. Now, they're going to need to follow certain requirements, obviously. If we put you in a sober living, you have to follow the rules of the sober living. So I'm going to be looking for sober living homes in Aurora. I'm going to put a little thing out. And I don't care if we've gotten into it before or not. I don't care what's happened in the past. It's open. And if you fear coming and talking to me, that means you probably owe me an amends. So get the fuck over it. That's pretty much how I'm going to write it. And then my favorite, recovery coaching in detoxes. We're getting so much closer. Problem is I can't get the person over at Aurora Medical Health to give me they haven't written me back. I've written them twice. So I'll wait till Monday. If I don't hear anything, I will be calling them on the phone. I don't have to be rude, but I am insistent. I am. And I'm worth your time on this topic. So if you're trying to avoid, she knows, I don't know if it's a he or she, sorry. They know my intention because I was very clear on it. I want recovery coaches working there. Well, it's clear they don't want it because they ain't getting back to me. I was talking to one person. They passed me off to the manager. Now the manager's just like, oh, I'm the manager, so I'll get back. In fact, maybe I'll write them today and say, hey, we are moving forward. And if you and I don't, I hate it when people reply, okay. Then just don't say anything. Why'd you bother? So I have a feeling that's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. But once they see that they're going to get something out of it, they'll be on board. They just haven't figured that part out yet. See, what they think that I'm doing is coming in and getting rid of the people working there already. No, you did not listen to what I just said. Because what we're doing to the people working at the detoxes right now isn't very nice. These people have servants' hearts. They want to help people, but they are non-alcoholic, therefore normies, and cannot help. I'll be able to bullshit you all day. Well, yeah, maybe I could convince you it's a phase, and I'm 35. I'm not, right? It's just a phase. It's just a phase they're going through, Yeah, this came up, that came up. Who wouldn't drink? I'd be able to walk circles around you. But you come up and you meet somebody like me or Chris or Gary. No, bullshit ain't gonna work no more. Yeah, I tried that excuse. It didn't work. Give me the next one. And we are more capable of getting people help, getting them to realize that they need help. Right? So to them, what does that look like? Because when I was talking to Brant, this is what I brought up. And I told him, I appreciate the fact that you took on this job. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of arguing. There's going to be hurt feelings. But as long as we do the right thing, we will get through it. I said, what I want to do is I want to do this individualized. Everybody deserves recovery equity. Every single person. And that's going to take time. But I will not lump people together. That is unfair to everyone. Right? So back to what I was saying about so the people that are working there now, they have bachelor's degrees. I mean, they spent money to get these bachelor's degrees only to find out that you got to start at the bottom. And the bottom is where? Detox. All right. More stigma. They didn't like it when I brought that up. But it's true. What they're saying is you have to start at the bottom. So why is detox the bottom? What are you saying? You're saying, oh, well, you've got to work with the dredges of society. Yeah, I hear you, Gary. And that's something that we do need to do. Your counselor also understands that recovery coaching doesn't necessarily have a great name in Colorado right now. And that, I'm working very hard on our reputation. Right? I do that by being an example. So, but everybody deserves recovery equity. Everybody deserves that chance. Now I'm going to need places to put all these people. Right? But because there were some hurt feelings and people that did things wrong, you divided yourself from me, and now you can't come back because your fear. You must not be trusting in God, especially if you fear me. I'm just one guy. There's one guy, man. It takes that many people. Sorry. So, all right. That is the Trudging Together update. We have things going on. So shirts, I'm going to be asking for more donations. Podcast is expanding to OA. That's going to happen in the next couple of days. I just got to get it set up the right way. So that's going to take me a few days. We have the homeless camp that it looks like more and more it is happening. And then, of course, we're working on getting recovery coaches into the detoxes. Well, that's going to be so funny when it finally happens. All right, guys. That's going to be it. Thank you for being here. Chris, Gary, thanks for hanging out, yakking with me, listening to me yak. I love you guys. Peace out and have a day.